make sure everything is running smoothly as usual. Okay, cool. I'm gonna repost this and then get started. Make sure everything's functioning. Audio testing 1 2. Audio testing 1 2. Audio. Okay, cool. I'm gonna repost this. Okay, cool. It's just a little bit behind. Cool. That's fine. Let's see. All right, so finishing up in ZBrush today. I'm gonna post that up now. Finishing. See ya. Posted. Oops. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'd like to post. Yeah, we're just now finishing up with this guy. This should be good. Just posting up real quick and then I will get started. Finishing character. Brush. Yeah, I like that. I swear there was like a hashtag artist thing on I thought there was. Okay. think all the main places that I wanted to post it are good to go. So yeah, we're gonna bring our high poly character into Maya today and get it retopologized. So quite a lot to do. A couple hours to do it. All right, let's see here. All right, let's get started. Just wanted to market this real fast. Sweet. Welcome, welcome. Alright, so there's a few little things I wanted to fix before I bring it into Maya. There's just a few little quality of life changes that I wanted to do. So one is I realized there was no seams on the gloves. It's just like somehow just is hanging out here without any like real structure. So I want to go ahead and bring my damn standard and let's do some work. So definitely way too low res, so I don't want to get that pixelation feel, so let's go ahead and subdivide it once. That's super cringe because it goes from 1 mil to almost 7 mil. That's fine. We're a little below 40 million polygons. We'll survive. What I think I want to do is, so similar to there's like a seam here and there's a seam up here. I actually want to go ahead and follow that that kind of like lead. So I'm gonna go ahead and isolate by holding Control Shift and clicking. Let's go ahead and get that seam down the middle. And you can actually get a pretty straight seam if you hold Shift, like that. So basically if you start digging in, and then you hold Shift, you can get a straight line, and then you let go of Shift, and bam, you got this nice straight divot here. It does have issues near the edge work though, so you might have to do some manual work here. But usually what I try to do is kind of just dig from the top and then dig through, and there we go. You got it light smooth like that. There we go. And overall, that's a really solid solid seam. So we'll do the same thing along this edge, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do around the fingers too. So let's get it in. I'm gonna keep everything hidden. So we're gonna dig in a little bit, and then I'm gonna start. Go ahead and solo this out. Make sure that I'm gonna do a quick test chat thing. Make sure that my overlay is working. Just want to make sure that I can see what you guys are posting. If you guys need any questions or just want to hang. Sweet. Okay, it works. Test. Cool. So it is working. I'm still kind of new to this this new system, where I have like the communications on overlay on the video. If it's too busy, let me know, by the way, because there's a lot going on the screen, and if it just feels like too much, let me know, because I can adjust that. I haven't had the communications on the screen for the longest time. I just added that like last stream. I feel like it's kind of cool, but not necessary. Not fully necessary. It's kind of like I keep it like right below the where I have my reference and everything. Alright, let me bring back everything. Unsolo. Alright, cool. So now I have my seam that kind of abides by the same seam system that we have going on in the concept art. Now there's not really a seam that's like a structural seam, so I need to make a structural seam. So one thing I like to do is, so there's, let's see, try to go for actual reference, like we have this kind of like leather glove thing up here, and I noticed there's kind of this like interesting seam thing happening where it cuts off the so around the wrist area like we just did, and then there's like a seam that cuts off the thumb, and it kind of like goes around the top zones of the top perimeter of the globe. So if I were to copy that, it would be something like cutting through here, say like from that scene here, and we're just abiding by this perimeter like that. And I kind of dig that. I think that looks pretty cool. I think it feels pretty nice. So if I were to do like the thumb part, maybe like something like this, kind of give it some structure, and then have an alternate kind of one here. I'm just using damp standard for this. That's all I'm using, damp standard. I actually want to bring it to that same crux, so it feels really clean. Just like that. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I actually just noticed I didn't have symmetry on. This might be a little bit too epic for me. Let's see, mood. Let's try happy. Alright, so I'm just still cutting along their perimeter right here. Made it as clean as possible. So I'm trying to follow this knuckle. Just like that. Alright, and so we didn't do this on the other one. I didn't realize I didn't have symmetry on. So I'm actually going to... I actually can split a mask. Like, yep. Lower, now I can split a mask. Okay, I'm going to delete this this glove and then mirror it over. Mirror this one over. There we go. See if I can actually post this on Fifth Places. Where's charcoal at? Okay. That's a little better. Alright, I'm just gonna post it in a few places and then I'm gonna start officially. Alright, cool, I think that's enough. Alright, cool. So yeah, we're just wrapping this up. Welcome to the stream, y'all. I'm just wrapping this up and trying to add the different seams, and then I'll be exporting it over to Maya today. So finally I have to be starting on the retopology stuff today. I kind of want to start on the cart too. I think the cart's gonna be a lot of fun. There we go. Kind of had some missingness right here. Like the cut weird at the top. That's so annoying. It's one of the downsides of this. Let's see. Yeah, definitely visible. Cut from the top, kind of get that pulled down a little bit, and then I can start chopping a little bit. Just kind of a pain. It wants to crease those corners. That's the main problem that's happening. I'll just do a little bit of... There we go.
I don't want no bust down wrist, I'd rather save my innocence. Miss when we were Kool-Aid sip, cops outside the church and shit. Niggas out here in the field, they pull it off the hip and empty clip. I'm talking. Alright, yeah, so this button only works because it's tucked under, but I still don't like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Acting like the bigger kids, my hood was really everything. The bros was more than tenants here. I was barely tenant shit. I don't want to be like tucked into the clothing like that. There we go. Fixed. Hate the fact that I wasn't surprised to hear when Chris got killed. Like I'm barely fitting things. Fuck about me fitting and keep you at a distance. You do like seasons always. Alright, sweet. Yeah, I think that's a good spot to be in. It's been a few days since we had FaceTime. No, it's cliche. My time is Thursday. I miss the old days. I need a replay.
Alright, sweet. So we have basically over here we have like a ton of subtools. Like it's insane. So we have like, okay, so these are the things that are the outliers, like the pants and the different pieces. All these can go into clothes, of course. So I need to drag and drop them into clothing. Clothing. My daddy made it almost nice. My mom did no complaining. The homies from the block would always tell me that I make it. I made it through the class at all. We wrapped that graduation. That bread infatuation for a life that I was made to think. Okay. Now, if I exported this right now, Maya's not going to be able to handle 40 million polygons. It just won't. So, yeah, as goofy as that sounds and everything. So, the way to run this... What is rounded in him? Oh, it's the back piece. Okay, yeah, that's that back piece. Here, just, I'm like, what is the circle doing here? Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just grab different pieces of the armor, and I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna run through that first. I'm gonna go ahead and save before it inevitably crashes. Yeah, just want to work on the game today. I'm just moving like the tides. Why I end up no one knows. I'm trying to take it worldwide from the single lane. Tuesdays and Wednesday. It's been a few days since we had FaceTime. No, it's cliche. My time is Thursday. I miss the old days. I need a replay. Alright, so it's really cool. It's a really cool technique that you can actually like merge down the subtools, and don't worry, merge down doesn't actually mean it's going to like merge everything and destroy everything. What it does is actually it merges a copy of it, so it actually one problem is it'll double or and everything your actual like how many, like right now I have this like 40 million basically, and so if you start merging down every single folder, it's going to it's going to be 80 million, right? And so if your computer can't handle that, you might have some issues. Yeah, that being said, we can probably do some stuff. Let's see. So if I were to merge this stuff down, let's see what his armor looks like. I'll turn off everything except for the armor. This is one of the biggest advantages of this, by the way. I just have armor available. Alright, so I had the armor and the goggles and the same kind of layer, so I'm gonna go ahead and so if you press this cog, then you get all these options, and I want to merge folder. See what happens. So see, it hides this, everything is in the folder, and it creates a new kind of new thing right here. And as you can see, it says it's at like a little before 1 million polygons for this new merged folder. The cool thing is that it isolates all this stuff, and that now I can see everything in the folder in one subtool. So it actually is really handy. Now, because they have different, like, you can definitely tell that they were low resolution and everything, but yeah, because I combined them all, and they had different subdivision counts. They merged all together and lost their subdivision counts. That's the one issue with this. Yeah. So let's see. So from here, I should be able to do this. So if I do the Z plugin and switch off this current, so this is gathering all the information in the high poly and allowing me to like make it lower resolution. It just takes a little bit. It takes a little bit, yeah. See, like it's on 10%. I'm gonna open up Maya while this is working though. I can start like exporting them and putting them into Maya as I'm doing this. This is super important if you want to bring things into Maya from ZBrush and don't want Maya to just crash on you 24/7. Okay. Decimation is really, really important. Oh, this is my new Gotta Catch 'Em All hat, by the way. I'm gonna wear my normal Pokemon hat. And this is I got this from Mox's boarding house. I love this color. Might be able to tell by my my logo. Alright, so yeah, I have my 2022.3 open. and now it is fully recorded what is on my high poly. Now I can bring it down so that it doesn't crash my Maya. So basically, before I bring it into Maya, I do not want to bring 4 million polygons into Maya. I have done this. So if you go into Z plugin and go into your decimation master, right? That's what this is. I preprocess current, which preprocesses only that subtool that you're currently on. And then I'm going to go ahead and do 20% of the current high poly amount. Let's go ahead and decimate current and see what happens. That actually looks pretty good. It's pretty dang good. So what happens if I preprocess current but keep groups? That might be able to work. Can I do that? I don't know if I can actually. No, I don't need 2 groups. I'm just gonna do this. So I'm gonna do actually, let's do 2%. 10% instead. Doesn't make current. See what happens. All right, see, so it still kept a lot of its information, but it's keeping all those shifts. So like all this different information, it's trying its best to keep that. It is starting to unfold a little bit on these really bendy areas, so you start to see a little bit of pixelation. That can be fixed in texture, baking. It's starting to break down a little bit here, but overall it's doing really, really good keeping the structure. See here, it's super, super low res. Awesome, I like that result. I'm gonna bring this into Maya. I think if I might be able to do, maybe I can do 8%. Let's try 8%. Alright, now let's make sure that it's not breaking anything. I want to make sure overall it's doing good. Alright, cool. I'm gonna bring down the volume. I think that maybe the volume's a little bit loud on the music. Alright, cool. So now I can export. Before I do that, I'm gonna actually do that with everything first. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge down my clothing. So my clothing, cog. Alright, merge folder. Alright, so now this one is, yeah, 23 million. That's what I thought. Something like that. 23 million. Alright, so obviously, obviously Maya's not gonna like 23 million. If it's not gonna like 4 million, it's not gonna like 23 million. So, let's go ahead and fix that. It's the same exact thing. Might take a second to do, so preprocess current. Discard that for right now. Let's see if I posted that earlier. Alright, it's gonna take a minute. So I'm preprocessing this, my clothing currently. So basically going through decimation, but this is 23 million polygons. So I have to do this, or it's gonna just destroy my Maya. I just gotta bring it in Maya, and the Maya's gonna sit there for 2 hours doing nothing, especially when I'm streaming. We're taking up more GPU power. Alright, so I can't move anything unfortunately because it's still thinking, it's still processing. But basically I went through my Z plugin and Decimation Master, which is kind of in the middle, and then I'm pre-processing this whole 23 million. There we go. So now it's starting to actually have a percentage. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, it's a quarter there. Sorry, this is probably not the most fun thing to watch, but it's extremely important if you ever want to actually have game resolution stuff. So far, I've already decimated my armor pieces, basically my armor and my goggles for this character. Now I'm decimating my clothing. Then I'll have to decimate my hair and skin. But once that's done, I can easily bring everything into Maya without Maya just crapping on me, right? So especially, yeah, as I'm streaming, it's even more important. But like, if you don't do this, then you're gonna be sitting there waiting for Maya to actually do anything for hours. Promise. I've tried before when I was first getting into game art. If you don't decimate, you sit there for a whole day, like a whole day that could have been done with texturing and retopology and UVs and everything, just hoping that Maya doesn't crash when you're bringing in your high polys. Okay, a little over halfway done. We can do this. But yeah, I really like the way this the high polys turned out. I think that just like, yeah, I'm super happy about like the way this was sculpted. We spent a little over a week just doing like hour-ish long stream sessions, and we're able to get his whole high poly done. So yeah. We've got the zippers in there on the shoe on the right side. I feel like everything. Maybe I could add the knuckles, but like honestly, I think what we have here is already pretty solid. We already have like the seams and everything we just popped in there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this high poly. So yep, just waiting. It's almost done. 3/4 done. Come on, ZBrush. Almost done. At first I was actually like, should I stream this? Then I was like, yeah, this is actually super important, so it's worth showing. But ultimately I just wanted to stream and hang out while I'm doing game dev stuff. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask me. Been doing game art for I've been doing 3D for almost a decade. Well, a little over a decade actually. Been using ZBrush for probably about 7 years now. Maybe 6. About 6 years. Freaking love ZBrush. Okay, 99%. I wonder if Maxon will ever respond to my tweet. They sent an email about having to pay monthly again for upgrades on ZBrush, and I wasn't very happy about that. It's like the reason why people love ZBrush is because they're not greedy. So I don't want software that costs almost $1,000 to go back on their word because someone else bought them out. So if we could have just our perpetual licenses remain perpetual, and you know, that'd be a good way to, you know, remain a healthy business without a lot of bad PR. Anyway, operation complete. That means I can move around again. All right, so I'm no longer yeah, so now I can basically like move around on my editor now that I've finished decimation. This is my clothing, right? And so now that it's finally finished, I can actually decimate properly. So when you pre-process it, it only like processes what it is. So now it understands what's happening here, and now I can easily decimate, and it'll work accordingly. So I'm actually going to try this first at 15%, and check this out. This is really cool. So ZBrush has this awesome thing where it will do a lot of things automatically. So you can see how dense this mesh is. That's why it's 23 million, right? And make sure you don't do this on your original meshes. We want to do this on this merge version, right? And if you don't know what the merge version is, then after the stream, check out a little bit before currently, right? And you'll see what I'm talking about with the merge version. And I'll actually merge these two other folders, so you haven't completely lost out yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and Z plugin, and after pre-processing current, not all, because then you're gonna be waiting for probably an hour, and going through all the different subtools. I'm gonna go ahead and try to bring it down to 15% of its current value. So decimate current, and because it's already pre-processed, it shouldn't take too long for this to do this. Fingers crossed. This is a big file. Alright, yeah, so it brought it down to 3.4 million. Now let's make sure, especially on these little straight band zones, that it's not having some weirdness. But you can tell from when I do this that it super simplified the geometry, especially on this area and like the go back, and in this area, all these like kind of bigger piece zones. All it's doing is really just keeping the details while trying to simplify everything else and heavily reduce the geometry. Now, one thing you can do is if you have a lesser graphics card, like anything in the 10s or maybe early 20s, you actually might want to just delete your symmetry. So like delete your like glove and delete the foot kind of thing. Things that you can already mirror over later anyway. You might want to do that if your computer struggles. I'm gonna go ahead and save before it crashes on me. I say that because it does crash. And you don't want to just lose. I mean, luckily it has quick save, so I mean, you're not going to be too far in. But anyway, all right, cool. So 3.4 million, still not good enough for me, right? I want to bring it down some more because Maya can't easily handle more, at least with my computer, more than like 5 million without chugging. Maybe 6 if I'm lucky. So I want to bring it down to maybe half of what its current value or more. Let's see. So instead of 15%, let's bring it down to, say, 8%. I think it's still, I was thinking. I might be doing a quick save. Or maybe it's crashing. Oh, nice. It didn't crash, nice. Okay, so I didn't accept this though, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. So change it over to 8%, which is almost half, or right around, yeah. And decimate current. It decimates current. It decimates from the original value, not from its current value. So it's not doing 8% of 3.4. It's doing 8% of what it was, the 23 million. All right, so now it's right below 2 mil. I didn't mean to do that. All right, so now it's. You can see it's even more refined. As long as it's not breaking anything, where it's like, okay, it's too low, so it's starting to like really struggle with the details and keeping silhouette. because you want to make sure there's not like it's not like going so low where it's like starting to like chop your information. Then that's good, because then I can still use this to bake. Ultimately, you want to use this to retopologize, but you also, if you can, use the same one to bake. I know some people that actually will crank their decimation super low, like 2 or 3%, and just use it to retopologize so it's faster in Maya, and then bake at a like 15% range. So it just depends on your style. But I like to just get it done once. One high poly, one low poly. You know, retopologize, bake. Don't worry about extra crap. All right, so I'm gonna test at a lower value. So let's try 5%. Let's make sure it doesn't break anything. All right, that's 1.1 mil-ish. Still going strong. This thing is still staying low. I'm liking that. I like that it stays low. I know it's pixelated right here. I'm not too worried about that. I can fix that easily in texture. All right, everything is staying pretty sharp, pretty clean. I'm gonna go lower. Let's see what this looks like at let's try 3%. I'm shocked that it's not just like completely breaking on me here. So even at 3%, it's actually keeping a lot of its information. Now, one thing about decimated meshes is that it will not sculpt anymore. If I try to, yeah, see this? If I try to do damn standard on this, it's not gonna work. These are completely trashed, sculptable high polys. It just won't work anymore. You could probably Dynamesh it again, and it'll be fine. But these won't sculpt anymore properly. These are only for bakes. So I brought something that's 23 million below 1 million, and it still looks pretty dang solid. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna keep this result. I'm not exporting it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with my hair. I don't know why this shirt is in here. All right, so in the hair is actually the hair is the eyebrows currently, and the main hair. Sometimes I do eyelashes, but because he has goggles and also it's a stylized game, I'm not gonna worry about eyelashes in this game. That's if I was doing something like high res. Now, for something like this, I actually really like the cones that are happening here, and especially with the hair where they're actually like colliding and they're stuck into each other quite a bit. I may actually want to just bring it down naturally on here. But see, I don't want that blockiness. So let's see what that 3 looks like. 3 actually looks pretty good except for here. So I might have to keep my 4. And honestly, this could work. I'm gonna try to do. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing anyway. Excuse me. So I'm gonna do the same thing I've been doing, where I'm gonna make it look super clean as far as like resolution goes. Okay, it's at 3 million, but look, it looks nice and smooth everywhere. So now I'm gonna go ahead and merge that folder. This is my side chops here, and everything else in the eyebrows as well. They're kind of hiding behind the goggles. There we are. All right, let's do this. I'm actually gonna hide these goggles just for this. It's kind of funny with the goggles on. He kind of looks like he has like this side open zone. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and merge these. Go to your cog and do merge folder. Alright, now it hid everything in the folder and just is down here. So this is now almost 3.2 million. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing I've been doing. Let's go to Z plugin. Preprocess current. This won't take nearly as long as the 23 million. After this is done, we only have one more folder to do. So we can bring everything in Maya. Finally. And with ZBrush, I'm not worried about proportion yet. Proportion is something I worry about near the end. I could have my low poly that's going to my bake with a high poly, and then I could have my low poly that's properly proportioned. Where I can like duplicate the low poly in the Maya scene and then scale them up accordingly. So I'm probably gonna scale them up next to Malboy and then make sure that they're it's similar to Malboy size. I'm gonna go for because it is a lower resolution. I'm gonna go for 10% this time. Let's go ahead and decimate. So far, so good. There's a little bit of pixelation, but that can be fine. That can be smoothed out in texture. But it's definitely getting more optimized. Let's go for a little bit lower. Let's go for 7%. If it breaks it, then I'll stay at my last one. Alright, doesn't look much different at all. Sweet. Alright, I like it. I will do that. So that, so my hair is now, so we're going overall from like 30 or almost 40 something million. Like they did like 38 before I started doing this. To now like this was less than 500,000, a little less than 1 million. We have 250,000, and then we have one more to go for the skin. Let's go ahead and get all these pieces going. We have the ears. So you have ears, face, skin, eyes, and eye. I'm gonna keep the eyes separate. I don't want the eyes as part of the skin. I'm gonna tweak these a little bit. So I think with the, I actually want to merge. I kind of want to merge these. You actually build them separately, so that you can have some really clean like eyelids and stuff. But now that we're getting to the stage of just like solidifying the high polys, I actually want there to not be a ring, like it's like a harsh ring. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge these. So I'm gonna bring this high poly eyelid above the skin, and let's go over here to geometry. I'm gonna delete lower. See the skin. All right, the skin doesn't have, or at least doesn't perceive to have them. It might have it on if I unfreeze subdivisions. Let's see if they had subdivisions. I don't believe it does, but it might. I might have frozen subdivisions, so I could actually start drawing on it with the topology tool. Let's find out. Okay, it has a subdivision. I'm gonna just Control Z that. I don't like it with. Alright, so I'm gonna merge down. There we go. And then I can Dynamesh now, and if I want to, or I can just keep it like this if I want to have that like kind of harsher line. But I kind of want to smooth it out a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and Dynamesh it at a higher resolution, so maybe like 400-ish. And then I'm gonna go ahead and quick save, or not quick save, but save real quick. Hey, what up? What's up, Seraphina? If you see my YouTube link, it is a little bit easier for me to see people talking on YouTube than LinkedIn, but that's totally fine as well. So, like, it's like a little bit easier. I'm gonna run a polish, Dynamesh. All right, sweet. Yeah, polish is definitely the right choice. Alright, now I'm just going to do a light smooth around this crease, so it's not so dang harsh. Now that it's actually together and stuff. Remember, this is like the last thing you do for the eyelids. You don't want to do this prior. Yes, what's up, Seraphina? You working on stuff? Making my next racer here. Heavy lidded. Board talk. I'm just kidding. Right now, I'm not gonna adjust anything that's crucial like that because I have the low poly. It's like I can easily just So I'm just gonna keep these separate right now. All right, and so for here, now that I've merged those two, I'm actually gonna merge the ears in there because it's goofy not to. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. The ears have the quite a few subdivisions here, but yeah, I'm not gonna use that for low poly, so I'm gonna go ahead and just delete lower, and I'm gonna retopologize that myself. I can make that a way lower manually. Plus, his ears are like super like square inside, so it makes it even easier to retopologize this. All right, cool. So now that I have got my skin, my face, and my ears, well, I guess I'll do this real quick. So I'm gonna merge down. There we go. Now it's all in one. So now that it's on one, similar to the eyelids, I'm gonna go do the same thing. Dynamesh it at a decently high resolution with polish on, and that way it keeps all of its shape for the most part. Right? We want to keep most of its shape, and polish kind of hardens those edges or sharpens those edges so that I don't lose like much resolution here. So that one went like way lower. So I'm actually going to do high res on even than this on my resolution currently. So I'm gonna go ahead and remaster Dynamesh again at a high resolution. So now it's at 2 million. That's kind of what I expected. And I'm just smoothing out these ears. right? So that this is the last thing you want to do for this, just so it has super clean seam, but not so sharp. Just smoothing it out. Awesome. Alright, cool. So yeah, basically it's the skin here, the legs, and this body part right here. So this can go the same way. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just merge everything skin related because I want the neck to be attached here, so it's not doing this like weird tube seam. I don't want it to look like it's got a slit throat. All right, so let's go ahead and fix that. We're just merging all the skin pieces, and we brought a lot of the resolution down using decimation. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge these to the head. All right, it's clean, so I'm gonna go ahead and merge down, and then I'm gonna solo this real quick. This is kind of weird because it was inside the pants. Let's go ahead and do a Dynamesh, same thing as usual. So Dynamesh is currently, I'm gonna do it like this resolution. I'll polish on and then Dynamesh. See what it does. Not gonna mess with it, so it didn't crash. All right, cool. It kept a similar resolution, like around 2 million. Oh, it's almost around 3 million. Now I'm gonna smooth this edge since I've now combined the skin with the head. Trying to smooth. Plain. Let me just get a little bit more of a crease here. There we go. Gotta crease that edge. Whoops. Let me make my draw size a little bit larger. Awesome. There we go. Alright, so now all the skin is now combined to itself. So I moved the eyes so the eyes weren't with the skin layer. Skin's all in a folder, but it's almost 3 million. Let's go ahead and crank that down. So I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know if it'll let me merge. It won't let me merge because there's only one subtool. So instead of merging this time, I'm just gonna duplicate this. Alright, so now I duped it, and I'm gonna pull it out of this folder. Pull it above the folder. Now we'll pull it below the folder. There we go. So now it's like as if it was merged below it. We're keeping all the merged stuff below each individual folder to keep things really clean. Like this is just super clean. So duplication is also around 3 million. Let's fix that. Go ahead and do the Z plugin, preprocess current. And then we wait. If I move anything, touch anything, it might crash, so I'm not going to. And then we wait. That's cool. Walk wing. That sounds like so much fun. That's like a strap thing that you do for your shoes. That's awesome. Walk wing. Basically make your own skates. That's dope. Alright, anyway, I think we're done. Okay, so, alright, cool. So now this is pre-processed. I can actually bring it down significantly. So Skin's usually really good about doing that kind of thing. Check this out. Go back to my Z plugin. After I pre-process current, I can now do my decimation. I'm gonna bring my decimation to say 10 for right now. The main worried areas is like the eyelids where things are a little bit skinnier, and so you gotta really watch the eyelids when you decimate skin. Decimate current at 10%. Let's see how it looks. Still looking really clean to me. Yeah, skin's looking good. I'm gonna try 5%. 5% of current. Decimate current. It's really fast because it already like calculated all the decimation stuff. So I did notice that on my clothing, I didn't actually have the shirt, so now it looks like this collar is floating. So I need to fix that. All right, so even at 5%, the skin's it's still holding up and not crackling and stuff. So that's good. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna bring it any lower. I think that's fine. So bringing all these high polys into Maya, like everything, excluding the shirt, because I need to add the shirt. That's gonna be like 2 million-ish, right around 2 million. Now let's find that shirt real quick so I can. Yeah, let's add that shirt. It looks way better with the shirt. It looks kind of weird. He's looking like a long neck without the shirt. I think that was the only layer that I had hidden, because these other ones that are hidden are just duplications. I think this one. Where is that? Okay, that's the duplicate. Okay, that's a ring that's the duplicate. Okay, that's fine. And that's also a duplicate. So yeah, I've quite a few duplicates here. Oh, I know what's happening. It's because it has my merged versions are visible of this. That's what. So it's acting like a duplicate. Okay, that's what it was. I was about to say, what's happening here? All right, so this shirt is the only thing that wasn't down resed, right? So I need to fix that. Let's see here. So yeah, the clothing in total. I could probably just do this by itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate the shirt only. So let's go ahead and do that. So duplicate, and then now I'm gonna drag this up, hide, bring it down here, and then now I'm gonna just decimate this by itself. I don't want to do the whole process of the clothing again because the clothing was like 23 million. So let's go ahead and do this now. All right, I'm gonna pre-process current just for the shirt, and then we wait. But the waiting like this is way, way better than the waiting if you brought 35 million polygons into Maya and sit there and hate life. Alright, cool. We just finished. Nice and easy. Alright, so now I'm going to pre-process current, or I'm gonna decimate current at let's try 8% first. Can I do it? Shirt layer, not clothing. Not this shirt layer, this shirt layer. Yes. Alright, now I can do it.
They don't really want to hear the truth no more. Think they scared how I make them feel. And you can say anything you want about me. I ain't worried, that don't make it real. They don't really want to hear the real no more. Think they scared how I make them act. And you can say anything you want about me. I ain't tripping, that don't make it fat. Look, coming live from the gutter like
I'm gonna merge down.
when water whipping road shuttle. Your whole huddle Dutch burning, moving slow. I'm feeling like the minute hand. All wishes granted to me, turning in a tenant van. Been a man, never questioned nothing that was in the plan. See it from my third eye vision, so I understand. Poolside plotting moves like a dance team. 100 band scheme in the dirty with my hands clean. Never been the type of they could cash straight. 5th grade, I was selling candy to my classmates. I ain't call her back, I let her think about the last date.
Alright, cool. This should work. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna merge down.
Problem is with these rap, they move iffy in my mood picky. Can't
Well, actually, the shirt's probably gonna be separate. Or at least the collars will be separate. I'll let them merge. Let's make it easier for myself.
acting like I slipped in a small town fly. Never heard of these.
Yeah, go to your merge down.
Tip top
There we go.
It ain't mouths moving, but they never moving vertically. Hit a person, stupid practicing the perjury. Black Lord, noble Drew, big stepping.
Alright, yeah, so now I'm gonna rename these. I'm gonna bring these down, the visible count subtools, and I'm gonna start renaming these. So I just have, literally, it went from like 30 subtools, and now I'm just going to export 5. And I'm actually gonna export all at once, and I'll show you how. Hide this skin. Well, actually, before that, I'm just gonna do this. So I'm gonna do skin. Skin M high, and skin M, and M is basically just merged, right? That's all it means. It's my own little naming convention. Don't trip about that. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to this. So I'm gonna do, this one is the hair M high. My clothing. So this is gonna be the rename. This guy's in the way. Clothing M high. This is gonna be my armor, right? This is the armor slash goggles. So it's my armor. So rename this. All low. Armor. Rename. Armor M high. Alright, and now we got the eyes, or eyeballs I should say, just like this. Let's go ahead and make these high. And export. Well, I'm gonna rename these. I'll keep this as eyes high, why not? Alright, so from here, I don't want to export everything in the folders, so I'm hiding all the folder eyeballs, right? I'm closing them off. Because otherwise you'll export all the different individual subtools. So, we merged everything below the folders, turn off the eyeballs for the folders, and we're just exporting these 5 all in one FBX, right? Check this out. Export. So everything's named, everything is merged, and we might have to unmerge a few things in Maya. We'll see, and I'll show you why then. But for right now, it's making it easy in ZBrush. So now we have everything super clean. So we are in our blockout folder. I'm gonna go to my original folder where I have all of my different folder types, and so I highly suggest you guys do this too. So I need to make this as a 6. I'm gonna do that now, actually. 6. This is how I have my character folders. I have my block out, which I just was doing. Now I have my high poly, So I'm gonna export everything into my high poly folder. This keeps everything super clean, because otherwise I would have one folder, like the talk folder, right, or the character folder, that would have all the different folder types. And you don't have to do this. I know this is like maybe like a little extra, but this is how to keep everything super clean. So I'm gonna export all my high poly here. Whenever I make my retopology, or I can have this as my low poly as well. So instead of, if you don't know how to have it, sorry, retopology, you can have it as my low poly, make it simple. UVs, this is just like where I might put the, might save my Maya file once it's been UV'd. But sometimes I don't even use this, depends. And then this is my bakes. So this is where I keep my baked maps. And this is where I keep all my final textures. And then in this main folder area out here, I keep my finalized model, right? And that keeps everything super clean. I don't have to guess which one's my final model. I don't have to worry about naming convention, even though I do name things properly. But yeah, this is just, I find it very important to do this, especially on a professional scale. You really want to make sure that you have a system involved, so that you're not like, hey, can you send me that last folder, or we lost this folder, or it's been corrupted or something, and you can't find it, right? Especially when you're making multiple characters, extremely important to have proper naming convention and proper folder setup. Without further ado, I'm gonna call this whole folder that encompasses all of the different merged ones as talk_high. That's it. And then this thing to pop up, make sure you do visible, right? If it's just selected, it's only gonna do with eyes. So I want to do it visible. Only the ones that have the eyes open, which is all the different ones I merged. Doesn't matter as much. Y up. I think my current Maya is Y up. Let's find out. I can go into my Windows settings, preferences. Let's make sure it's Y up settings. Yep, Y's up. Up axis Y. That's fine. Okay. Alright, so now it should have properly merged into that folder. Let's find out. Alright, so it's gonna take a minute actually, probably, because it's a large folder. I'll go over my ZBrush and see what it's doing. It's currently working through all the stuff, so. And now we wait. Is it done? Woo! It's done. Alright, cool. And it's here. So now all that should have been in talk high. And so now when I bring this into Maya, these different merged subtools should turn into, let's find out. It should turn on the outliner as individual meshes. There we go. Might take a second. It's still a lot of polygons. Not too long, because it's only 2 million. Compared to what it was, it would be. And also make sure you export it as an FBX. I did mention that folder type FBX. Do it. Don't use OBJ. OBJ is for noobs. Look at that. Using Maya. Woo! And he's optimized for the most part. Alright, so here's all my naming convention stuff, and everything is separate. So if I want to split some pieces off, I can still. And it'll try it should try its best. So if I go into my face mode, I soft select on, and I just grab this, and I should be able to just like move this out. It should still be separate. Yeah, see? So it stayed separate even though I decimated and all that stuff like that. So let's for now I don't want well, let's find out. Let's find out what I can bring over from ZBrush into Maya that's already finished, already low poly, right? So now that I have had everything that's merged, I'm going to now hide all these merge folders. Literally everything. Alright, so the skin I'll definitely have to apologize because I merged everything together and it didn't really have a low resolution version. There are ways you can kind of like you can kind of ZBrush sort of a face sort of cleanly, but it's not a perfect method, I guess. So I don't suggest. I like to have control over, especially the face, where you like need a specific amount of edge loops and all that kind of stuff from deformation, like blinking and smiling and all that kind of stuff. So faces, I really like to have that control. All right, let's see. Alright, so not gonna worry about the skin right now, but let's try the hair. The hair I specifically made at low resolution first. Some of it's too low, some of it's not low enough. So it kind of it will depend. So these eyebrows are perfect, right? These eyebrows are great. So these eyebrows are gonna keep. These can be lower. So I'm gonna try to let's see what I can do with just drawing these in halves. So if I do ZBrush half. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I know this is this got pulled back a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and if I have one technique for this is I can actually turn this on, and now I can see how the high poly looks from the merge one, and I can start like maneuvering it once I that way it still encapsulates the high poly, right? So I lower resed it, so I'm like basically saving a ton of time on retopology, and now I'm trying to encapsulate the high poly with my ZBrush hair. Oh hi. Here's my kitty cat. This is Tofu. Hey Tofus. Always at playtimes. A little Siberian. Bye bye. So usually when you ZBrush something, it actually, what it mostly does is it shrinks it, similar to smoothing something. And so one way to fix this is I can actually just inflate. That usually does the trick. If I go into my inflate tool, I can just inflate like this. And then bam. And then in Maya, I can like start merging some of these vertices because it's kind of a waste. I can kind of merge some of these vertices and just, damn, I just saved so much time. Not have to do everything manually. All right. So these chops are done. These chops are good to go. So let's go back into the hair. And I'm going to solo the hair for right now. And I think these need to be separate. So there's two things I could do here. I could Dynamesh all this together and then start retopologizing this, which could end up being okay and clean. But imagine how long that could take for development. So to keep development faster, I can actually keep these as just their unique strands. This is actually how they did it in Smash Bros. Check it out. If I have But yeah, in Smash Bros, if you look at Sora closely, all of his hair strands are actually separate cones. Like this hair is actually like Dynamesh and it's retopologized. And it's a valid way to do it, of course. But like, if you want to save a lot of time, you could just have these cones be more simplified. I'll show you how to do it. First off, I'm going to split these two back specifically off. So split unmasked. Alright, and that was mostly because they were kind of breaking up on the sides here. So it's like that. That's the problem right here, is that. So if I'm going to delete lower, and then I'm going to start halving. I was not having that really stretch feel. And this is just saving a lot of time, not having to manually place each individual square for the hair, especially the hair where everything is a little bit more random. This is just, yeah, you want to save the time for sure. I'm gonna do half a couple times for this. Alright, see, I'm like automatically lowering it, so I can keep on doing halves. And if you don't know what this halves is, it's I'll show you in a second. If you're in ZBrush, you can go over to Geometry, ZBrush, press the half. I just turn the dapped off, and then I do ZBrush. So I just have a quick pick menu, but that's where you find it if you don't have it in a quick pick menu. Keep on doing it. It's going a lot faster now. Alright, this just saves us so much time from retopology. Alright, cool. So that's pretty dang low now. There's some stuff happening here, but that's going to be expected. So I'm actually going to just inflate these zones. I might do one less. Here we go. And maybe I'll delete it in Edge Loop in Maya. So it keeps its general shape better. Doing some tap smoothing, and then we're just trying to encapsulate the high poly with the low poly right now. There we go. Awesome. Alright, so this is going to be the low for this piece, so I'm going to go ahead and hide that. Let's go on these guys. These guys generally can all be lowered significantly. Alright, let's save this time. Alright, one issue is I turned symmetry off. So it's like unfortunate, but I need to it will flare in both directions if I have symmetry on. One way I can at least have some of the things, like these two bottom ones have symmetry. So what I could do is I could separate these. So for instance, like this one and this one, I can go ahead and split these off, because that's the only thing that have symmetry, these bottom pieces. So I'm gonna do split unmasked. It took a second because of subdivisions. For some reason this one did not go through. Just like control tap. And split unmasked. Alright, yeah, so everything else does not have symmetry. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I don't have delete higher on this one. I'm going by geometry, delete higher. There we go. And then half. Make sure active symmetry is off if it is like mine. We're just gonna go into it. Look how low that is relatively. So now if I inflate, look at how easy that was for topology. Wow, fantastic. Alright, I'm gonna do one less. I'm gonna do here. And I'm gonna inflate from here. And it's a little more than I'd like. However, I can just delete edge loops. Like I can delete this one and this one and this one and this one and this one when I go into Maya. So I'm not sure about that. Let's save that time. And if there's areas that are like significantly clipping like this stuff, I'm just going in that inflate brush. You press B and then I, and then grab the inflate, which is like hiding behind this. And I'm just going to inflate these specific zones that are struggling. If you don't have the geometry for it, easy fix. Go into your Z modeler tool, hover over the edge, insert, like that. So that one needs it, that one needs it. That one's probably fine. This one needs it. This one needs it. This one needs it. That one needs it. Cool. So now I can go back into my inflate tool, which I have right here, and then I'm gonna pop in these new areas with my new edge loops. I'm doing it smooth just so it kind of softens it a little bit, and then I'm gonna embed inflating. And yes, there are a lot of collision stuff happening here. That's okay. I understand. That's all right. It's kind of a new method of making stylized hair. Hope y'all are staying cool out there. This is an insane time. Turn off our RGB. Solo. By solo, I can't see the high res merged one though. That's one sad thing about that. Alright, if you have these like peaks, then just go into your snake hook tool or your move tool and just pop them over the peaks. They're not peaking no more. Trying to reduce my baking errors as early in as possible. Saves a lot of time with retopology and baking. Alright, cool. Looks like that's looking pretty solid, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. So that I basically finished all of the hair retopology stuff. So here's one of them. Did I hide the other one? Yeah, I hid. So this one's my low. This one's my low on this one. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna unhide these and hide everything that's not my low poly. And then I'm gonna hide the merge one. Oh, really silly. Alright, so now I have only my low poly. And you know what I do now? I do exactly what I did last time, but with my low poly. So now only my low poly is visible in this folder. And when you merge folder, it only merged visible. So now I'm gonna go do the same thing I did with the high poly. Press the cog. Merge folder. There we go. Look at that. All my low poly hair stuff. Fantastic. Oh, I'm missing the back. Let's find that back. There's one of them. Okay, so I needed to merge down, and then I'm going to turn symmetry on because this one's physically the back. I'm gonna switch over to another track. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna run half. See what it looks like compared to the merged hair. Alright, so it's struggling a little bit. Let's fix this. I'm gonna do a full inflate a little bit, and then fix the areas that are having trouble. And I have symmetry on in this one. Alright, so it's having extra issues in the middle. I think because they merged together, they did. So, soften this up a little bit and see what I can do. Bring it smooth, and then I'm popping it out with inflate. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, so now I have all my low stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one. And then I'm gonna go to here and then merge this folder. Merge folder. Awesome. So now there's all my low poly stuff. So now I have my low poly hair. I don't have an ability to do the low poly skin, so I'm gonna skip the low poly skin for now. So let's go on to the let's do low poly armor next. Some of these I can definitely use. I press all low. This should crank everything to be low. So these definitely need to be cleaned up a bit. Let's see if I can do some halves. The merge armor on. Let's see the difference. I'm gonna do an inflate. Try one more time. One more half. That's better. Inflate. I'm gonna turn on symmetry this time. And inflate. Nice. That's what we're looking for. Alright, goggles. Perfect. It's already in low. It's already low res form. So a lot of this retopology is already finished because of the way I built it in the ZBrush tool. I can collapse one of these vertices, but that's fine. Bye for now. 2 for now. The strap. There we go. So the strap looks high because it's on it's with the merged. So I'm gonna go ahead and inflate the strap. A little bit, there we go. I don't like it clipping through here though. I think it's fine for now. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on all these. And inflate this. Inflate all these low polys. Alright, cool, these are all turned on. Good. There's the shoulder armor. Go ahead and inflate that a little bit. All of these things have low poly, it's fine. Alright, I think we're good to go on this. Let me put that a little bit. And this last one. I just want the low poly to encapsulate a little bit better, that's why I'm doing it. And this one I'm going to push back. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to do the cog and merge folder. Check this out. Look at my lows. Ooh, except for this one. Still in math. Where was that? Okay, that wasn't slow. It's probably because, oh, I see. That's why. Because I have these pieces. So I'm actually going to keep what I just had, and then just delete some of the edge loops. So that's fine. I'm gonna go back to this one, and then Control Z. So this is my low, but I have definitely some adjustments to do on this part right here. But look how clean that is. Like basically straight up like I did it with manual work, which I totally did. Sweet. Alright, so now I have my low hair, my low goggles, my low armor. Skin again, I can't. Not right now. Not with clean edge loop, probably. So I'm gonna hold on to that. Alright, so I can now collapse my armor and go into my clothing. I'm gonna turn on my clothing here. My clothing merge, basically. Clothing pieces over here. I'm gonna press all low again. Let's see if it does it. Alright, so the shirt's good to go. The shirt is freaking rad, ready to go, game res. Probably, I mean, ready to add another edge to the front of the neck. That's a little bit low. But ultimately pretty good. The piece is pretty solid. As far as the shirt goes real quick, I'm gonna gonna go ahead and inflate a tad, just a little bit. Encapsulate that a little bit more. And then I have a little bit of work to do. Shoulder, go ahead and inflate that a little bit as well. Top solo. Maybe snake hook and just pop this up a little bit. A bit sharper. One, inflate. Okay, next. The belt. What is this? Yeah, it's the belt. The belt I will need to apologize, so I need to figure out what I'm going to merge together on these pants before I end up doing this. So, I know buttons are going to merge in with this, so I probably won't have like crotch button low poly. I'm gonna leave that in the bake. So I'm gonna inflate these pants. There we go. And I'm gonna leave this out. The belt piece. Right out. So, yeah. Okay. So, I want to make it easier on riggers, on the rigger. So, to do that, I don't want to have a ton of pieces just floating around like the belt loop and stuff like that. Other than maybe this. So this can stay low and stay separate. I mean, I'm gonna inflate this. And this will stay separate. But then I think I want to merge this. Okay, this can definitely stay separate. It's kind of, it has a silhouette change, that's mostly why. So I'll keep this separate as well. This is just that piece. So I kind of need to figure out like what I want to have merge and what I want to have floating. Also, I can re-topologize all of this stuff except for this separate piece. I think I might just do that. So other than this piece and this piece, I'm gonna make everything else re-topologize it by myself or manually. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide. Grab this. That'll save me some time. We'll apply pants. Just grab this. Inflate. Snip hook. Let's go ahead and get these corners. These I can inflate. For right now, I'll have them separate, but I probably will try to retopologize the men. Even though it's kind of a pain in the butt. Let's do it. I don't want them floating. I don't want the retopology part to just be, or not the retopology, the rigging part to be a pain. So I'm gonna hide this for right now. Okay, that's on the gloves, I see. So the gloves I definitely need to retopologize. They're gonna be its own stuff, so I'm not worried about the gloves. And the shoes, I'm gonna retopologize everything except for this piece. Good to go. This piece, which is good to go. And this piece, which is good to go. And this is back piece right here. This. It's the glove piece again. I'm gonna keep that hidden. That's fine. So I'm like hiding the parts that I want to export, or not. I don't want to export as low res. Like this part right here. That part's nice because it already has like the basis of this movement. You know, I will export that. That's fine for right now. That's the base. Very clean, so I'm actually going to export that bottom just to start the shoes off right and delete this top. I'm going to delete like this top right here and then start building up into the boot. These I probably will end up like ZBrush, not ZBrush, but not exporting for right now. Apologize for that. Apologize for that. And I think that's good to go. All right, so I think this is all the clothing pieces. Pretty sure. So let's go ahead and make a test. So. Go ahead and merge folder. So it should be everything but like the gloves and a few other pieces. Oh, I forgot the tread. Go ahead and delete. Where's that tread at? There it is. Go ahead and turn that on. Okay, now I'm in the merge folder one more time. Quick. Merge folder. Alright, so this is all the stuff that we were able to retopologize quickly, super quickly. Fix up. Save so much time by having so much already finished. Mad clean. Alright, cool. So let's get this exported into Maya and start retopologizing. Heck yeah. Make sure that make sure all the high polys are turned off. Make sure all the merged ones are turned off. It was good for reference, but now we need to make sure that they're off. Like this one, I think this was this low and this is low. One's with, one of them's without. Is that what's happening? Alright, I'll go ahead and delete this one then. Because this is the high poly, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna delete this one. So yeah, a duplicate. There we go. Now we don't. Fantastic. Alright, remember, on this one, you want to make sure, yeah, all the low poly is the only one showing, for one. And we're going to export visible. So export, again, FBX. I'm going to go over to my high poly. I'm going to have this as talk low, even though, so even this is my high poly section, it's not like retopologized fully yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and just have this in this folder for right now. Talk low. Visible. And make sure it's FBX again. And now we wait. There's one thing I forgot to do. Well, I'm not gonna worry about it. So I didn't name them. I didn't name the new low merge. Like I did, I named the high merge, but they also aren't fully encapsulating each of the subtools other than maybe the hair. So I'm not gonna worry about the naming convention on just this one. I didn't think about it that much, but now that I think about it, I think it's fine. Save. A little bit stretched, but I can fix that. And yeah, not worry about too much. I'm gonna bring the I shouldn't need the images now, so now I can just worry about retopology. So now I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the new lows, which should have exported here. Let's make sure it did. You might just need to wait. I noticed ZBrush is actually having this one stupid issue right now where if you tab out of it, sometimes you can't tab back in, or you can't actually like open it up again. It's really dumb. We were having this issue earlier too, not really the stream, but a couple days ago. So I need to figure out why it's not exporting the low poly real quick. Suffering from the dumbs. Maybe it's like when you're doing an operation and you tab out during that operation, maybe it's just struggling to reopen. Let's find out. Alright, so this is an older one. Let me see if I can open this one up. Eyes high. I think it actually saved as eyes high. Okay, that was when I was doing the eyes. Here, one second. I know what I can do. Quick saves. I don't know why I didn't save the low. It's so goofy. Talk low. Where is this? Open file location. Okay, so I did save this. It just went to the wrong one. Oh, I see. I need to bring this into talk. New. This is my old talk, yeah. So, and then this is what my quality. Okay, that's a relief. That was about to upset me. Waste some time here. Alright, cool. So now I can drag and drop this new one in here. Sweet. Okay, that saved me some time. Alright, so now that we're in Maya, we can actually see. Alright, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to split this off and have this as a group. So I'm going to Control G, all the low. I'm going to Control G, all the high. So this is going to be my high, and my low. This is going to be my low, and this is going to be my high. So I'm going to name it accordingly. So we know we need to retopologize the gloves. And I also want to split some stuff off. So I'm gonna turn off my high right now, and I'm gonna find out what I need to split off. Alright, so I know that I want to split this off, so I'm going to do this now. So I'm going to do this. This could have been having some issues, so let's find out. Alright, so far so good. It merges together. And then turn on symmetry just for right now at least. Symmetry on. Object X. And then before I waste any more time, I'm gonna go ahead and save out. So let's go ahead and do a set project first, which is super important. And so I'm not. Let's see. Let me save this real quick. So this is gonna be in Chaos Cart. It's Baka Bros Entertainment. I'm gonna bring it over here. Then I'm gonna go to Game IPs, Chaos Cart, Characters, Talk's new folder, and then I'll have this into my retopology section. So this is this new Maya file. I'm gonna keep in my retopology. So, and I'm gonna set my directory, create default workspace. So now when I save stuff, and my quick saves as well, should all be in this new directory in the retopology folder. So right now it hasn't saved yet. It doesn't actually have a name, anything like that. It just is now going to do quick saves into that section. And whenever I save, it'll kind of save that section. So now when I press save as, it automatically is going to that folder. So I'm going to call this MB for Maya, my binary, underscore talk. That's it. Alright, cool. So now as I'm going through and I'm gonna like split these off, I'm gonna keep constantly deleting history so that it's not bogging down my computer and Maya. So, and I'm also gonna hide these. So as I'm separating them, I'm gonna hide them. So I want this to be separate as well. This piece and this piece. If it'll let me. There we go. I see. Okay, 3 times apparently. Alright, so I'm gonna split this off. And if it crashes on me, at least it's saved from before. So I'm gonna constantly, every time I do one of these operations, I'm gonna control S. So I'm constantly saving. Alright, and so for these, I'm gonna go ahead and merge these together, these pieces, delete history. And then I'm actually, because there's a high poly, I'm gonna actually smooth these out and see how that looks. So it's looking a lot better. It's not as chunky as it was. This one I actually want to be harder, so I'm gonna keep that. That's fine. I'm gonna go merge these together. This is my high poly stuff, so. Alright, cool. Control S, and I'm gonna merge these together. Why not? That's fine. And I'm gonna hide. So Control H, and then delete history. All right. Now I think everything in these boots, except for this back piece, can all be one. And even honestly, the back piece, I might just retopologize that anyway. Together. So I want to make this as easy as possible for the rigger, which means no floaters, if possible. So I mean, honestly, even these these side pieces could be part of the pants because they're pretty tucked in at the bottom here. They're pretty flush with the pants. They don't kind of like move around a lot, right? And he'll never jump. And so with that, I actually might want. There's a gap here, which could be a problem, but I don't think it will be. I think it'll be fine. So I actually might retopologize these together, so there's even less issues with rigging. So let's see. So the skin, I'm gonna go ahead and hide the skin. The head skin is fine. These hair pieces, they're gonna all want to be separate because these are gonna just be a huge issue when you're baking because they're all collapsing into each other. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go here, and I'm gonna split. Control S. So you know, between each possible main crash, right? Delete history. Now we have all these hair tubes that are kind of split out. I'm gonna go ahead and start merging these pieces together. So like I'm gonna merge this and say this one. Okay, I have symmetry on, so let's see. Let's see. I'll I'll do these two and these two together. I'll merge these together. Alright, so it's kind of like this main side zones, and they do merge right here, but it's so hidden, I'm not worried about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete history and hide. Alright, and these pieces, the main rule of thumb here is, as long as they don't touch each other, it's fine. So like, I'm connecting pieces that don't touch each other, so that when they bake, they'll bake away from each other and won't have any merging issues. So they can physically have these merging sections, but you don't want to have a whole lot of like baking errors between those different sections. And I don't want to explode my model either to bake. So this is kind of how you fix that to the baking groups. So I'm gonna do this one, get rid of one, and that one. They don't touch each other, so that's fine. And the rest of these touch each other except for gonna be this one. Let's go ahead and add that one to the mix. Great. And I can add this one. Well, that one touches that one. This one. Yeah, that one touches too many of them. So go ahead and merge these together. Fantastic. Delete history and hide. Alright, let's do the same thing here. So this one, this one, this one, they don't touch. That one doesn't touch any of them. That one doesn't touch. That one touches here. I'm gonna say that's fine. Go ahead and hide, delete history. So this camera looks close. It's way too close. Way too close. That's funny. It kind of works, kind of doesn't. Alright, cool. So yeah, same thing with here. Let's go ahead and try to get these together. Things that don't touch each other. This one. Yeah, actually, I'll do that. Delete history. That's funny. Alright, and I'm also going to optimize scene size. Alright, just to clean it up a little bit more. Alright, here's my my eyebrows. I'm bring these both together and read this one. There we go. Hide. And this is find it by itself. Alright, delete history. Alright, so now we have all of our our hair pieces in a like their own areas, I guess. So let's see. So yeah, basically this is really good for baking groups, and yeah, I think it'd be better this way. So it just makes it where it bakes a lot cleaner. All right, and so all of these issues, this is going to be a major issue with baking. All these little zones. So I'm going to go ahead and split these as well. I'm just going to split this one away from the rest. That'll help me out a lot. And Control S before it crashes on me. And I'm going to grab this one as well. You know, first I'm just going to split everything off first. Let's just try to fingers crossed it doesn't crash. Alright, cool. That worked out. Now there are a bunch of different pieces, and now I can just merge them as I want, as I see fit. So these are my armor pieces. I actually want to hide things that are not armor right now. Clothing, hair. Alright, so only armor right now. These two can be combined. Or let's say the straps first. These straps. These grommet pieces. So these straps. These grommet pieces. This diamond piece. And all these are separate from each other, so these can be combined together. Because they're not close enough to have baking areas between each other. They all have distance. Perfect. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to merge all these together. Control S before I do anything else. Go to history, and combine. Alright, cool. Should move my computers a little bit. The computer's a little bit further away than I'd like it to be. Now I can probably put this back up. Let's see if that's better. Yeah, that's better. A little bit closer. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hide that and delete history and save. So now we have these goggles. These goggles can be combined with this main base and these two pieces here. Perfect. So now I'm going to merge these together. Everything that doesn't touch each other. Perfect. That works. And of course these with this back plate. Alright, and delete history, save. Let's bring these all back. These are actually for the shoes. Go ahead and open these clothing pieces. Hey Cheryl, how's it going? Good evening. Shout out Cheryl, Cheryl Bertolini, for being a Patreon supporter for quite a while now, actually. I really appreciate that. Let me see here, actually. How long have you been helping support me? And Baka Bros in general. So we've had you for quite a while. So awesome. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so I'm just kind of working on talk here. So this will be our fourth playable character, and we'll really really hammering this one down, and getting down the process a lot faster too. So yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm currently making the baking groups. Your daughter drew Lancelot? Yeah, I really wanted to get Lancelot going. Absolutely. Yeah, Lancelot's gonna be fun. I'm gonna hide the skin for now and just merge these gloves together. Yeah, Lancelot, honestly, so he was postponed for just a little bit, because so he was planned to be next, but we wanted to have four characters at first that were mechanically super different from each other, and Lancelot was kind of another tank similar to like Hookbeard, and Bucky was kind of a tank as well. So right now we have like Mallet we have our caster, our first like mage character, Revenera, Bucky, who's kind of like our mid-range tank, and then Taco will be our first like shooting character, and Lancelot would actually be he's pretty dang tanky, has a little armor and everything, but will also be like be able to boost and knock people to the side and everything, which will be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to making Lancelot a fleshed out character. That'll be fun. History. Is your daughter an artist? Have you seen our Discord channel, by the way? So you can definitely jump in our Discord. I would like to see the the fan art. Absolutely. It's like a lot of fun. Let's see, this can combine. Oh, hi, Mel. Thank you. Have you seen the recent videos? Oh man, we're getting there. I'm actually gonna keep these together. Go and combine these. Let's get this one. I've been trying to force myself to stream / work on Chaos Kart almost every evening. Yeah. Just really trying to get some more done. And we have multiplayer pretty dang functioning. We've been using Steam multiplayer functionality, and we're actually kind of moving over to Unreal or Epic. Epic Games, their version of multiplayer, which can be cross-platform, which would be awesome. I'm just gonna merge all these pieces together. I'm gonna apologize at all of it. Go ahead and close ZBrush for now. This will be keeping up any GPU power. Go ahead and merge these. think I've ever asked. How do you find our channel and yeah, our channel in the first place, Cheryl? Ooh, I'm gonna hands off this one. There we go. Okay, it didn't crash on me. Nice. I'm gonna merge these buttons together. It's all gonna be in bake. Okay, this isn't actually touching like I wanted it to do. I wonder if it was touching in ZBrush. Go ahead and merge these two together and bring them in a tad. Center pivot, CP, CP. All together. Delete history. Okay, now these are way too far out. CPVs. Bring these together. Combine, delete history. Combine, delete history. And I know these are combining and they're together, they're on top of each other, but that's fine. We're trying to just simplify all this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and hide this. I'm gonna hide the shoes for right now. I'm gonna hide these for right now. So I'm kind of like trying to figure out if I want to combine these two side strips with this. I don't know if I do. Because we had the same kind of problem with Sora and Kingdom Hearts, or not Kingdom Hearts, and Smash Bros, where if you have a keychain kind of on the side here, that like you can have a lot of clipping errors and everything if it's like moving the legs and like if it's not combined. So maybe I should combine it just for simplicity's sake. Yeah, it probably won't ever move. I think I'm gonna combine them. I'm not convinced that it's worth the hassle. So I'm gonna combine everything here except for this. For right now. We'll see. Oh yeah, okay. I definitely appreciate your support. Everything helps for sure. I think these need to be forward some. I don't know why they're so not forward. There we go. wonder if I should make this larger. Yeah, like that. I'm gonna delete this one. And then I'm gonna mirror this one. Mirror. There we go. I'm gonna combine these. There we go. Yeah, we actually just had a really cool voice acting session with the Maliboi voice actress. I'm super excited about showing that soon. I think I'm gonna have that be a fun special tomorrow. If I can get it all edited down, I'm gonna show that off. Yeah, more.
All right, back to the grind.
Check it out.
Back to the grind. On my way. On my way. Woo! Oh man.
Hair, he's like, is basically
Is
yeah.
And then this hey gamer, is it the same?
My bad. That's internal dialogue. It's been attack. So, and with
Okay.
that whole thing,
Fun.
maybe you know.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
where
if you
she's
want, I can take
she's
you to
trying
that.
to do the ultimate voices. Is pretty fun. So right around here, she's trying to mimic these. So I have like the dialogue here.
I'll do another run through of all of them.
And
then
she was
just kinda do that
awesome.
same,
Risa
like,
May.
draw it out and then land with like a hit.
She's been on some really
Cool.
fun
Yeah,
projects.
yeah.
So I think on most of them we probably would have that like, yeah, that would. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Awesome.
All right.
So this is going to be Malboy's ultimate, where he kind of like boosts forward and then smashes down for a big like circle impact thing. And so this is kind of what she's trying to do. I have a few. I think I have like, yeah, these voice lines right here. There's probably like 10-ish versions of how he could do his ultimate. Check this out.
It's mission time! I'm all fired up!
So this smash down is where like
Time
the
to
end.
see how far you fly! GG! Cool!
I feel so bad because she. I know Malboy's got to be really hard to voice. I swear her voice is gone by the end of it.
Cool!
Anyway, I'll post a segment on that probably tomorrow, highlight reel thing for it. But yeah, we have official Maliboi voice lines, at least the recording of which finished, and then we'll be getting it like technically cut and edited and put it in game here soon. But yeah, the last video showed a demo of what Maliboi will sound like, but we got the official recording done on Friday. I was super excited about that, and she was really awesome to work with for sure. Okay, let's see. So yeah, as much as I think these pieces could be separate, I don't really want them to be. I feel like they're just all kind of here, and I want them to be combined. So I think I will just do some really crazy finagling and make this all retopologize in the same spot. This part's a little bit iffy, this back zone, because there's definitely going to be some baking errors here. That's the reason why I'd rather have this specifically be separate. Maybe these two pieces. Maybe that'd be fine if it was just these two. So I'm going to combine these two together. And then I'm just going to have this be a floater. It's going to be connected to maybe the front of the pants and everything. So it's always moving around with the hips kind of thing. So I'm going to have that one floater, not too difficult for the rigger here. But everything else I'm going to have separate or together. I'm kind of worried about this too, this like in here zone. there's kind of like some gap zone here, but so there might be some weird bakes. I can probably tuck this a little bit better, but I do want it to kind of feel like it's a separate little band thing, right? Like so. All right, so for right now, I'm gonna keep this together. I'm gonna keep this separate. So I'm gonna just call this pants high for right now. And this is like, I'll just call this belt high, even though it's not really the belt. It's the belt loop thing, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna turn music back on. But yeah, I want to show you that a little bit part of the segment. I think that's pretty cool. So I'll be hopefully having that episode airing tomorrow or Monday, where like it has the highlights of voice acting stuff that we were going over. I have to do my boots. Oop, boots high. Well, shirt high even though it has gloves. So these props are split up in different pieces. However, I'm wondering if I should merge these or some of these together. So I'm rethinking like maybe that I at least these two pieces anyway. I might merge these. So for right now, I'm actually going to I'm gonna split this one off. Right, I'm gonna delete history, split this one off, and then I'm gonna merge this with this one. And this I will, I'll at least merge these right now. Yeah. Okay, and then yeah, this and this one, I think it's fine if they're separate for right now. But I'm wondering about this stuff, like, should this be... So I'm actually thinking that this actually could be connected to the shirt, like, all these things, and this one is just hovering. So I might actually... It might be a little bit goofy, but, Let me think about it. Yep, I'm gonna do it. Alright, so for right now, I'm gonna combine these. I'm gonna combine it with the shirt. So this one and this one. The problem with this is that I have to adjust the low poly to reflect this this strap, which can be a little bit frustrating. But this will save some hassle in the rigging process. First off, I'm going to combine these pieces together. Yeah. That's a fun one. I'm really wondering if I should do this strap. I know I want to be connected together. I think this should be the only floater here, I think. So, that being said, I think I will connect this and this, which means I need to split this off. It's kind of annoying, but it's fine. I'm doing history, and I'm gonna connect this with this strap. I might change my mind later, but this is what I'm gonna do for now. So basically this means I need to build the low poly with the strap in mind, or with the strap as well, through the shirt. And this will make it to where when talk is deforming and like stretching and moving around, that the strap will always be connected to a shirt. So this can literally be part of the shirt as the mesh. And so this allows for rigging not to have so many clipping errors and so many problems, because it's literally connected. The strap is connected to the body. The problem with that is you can't take the strap off, but this is a racing game and it's never gonna happen. So maybe like on future models where there's different skins and maybe we wouldn't have like a shoulder piece on, maybe then we take the strap off. But for now, I'm gonna make this as optimized as possible for the riggers, and just so we have less and less. Because the main problem is the more things that are separate, the more clipping errors there's gonna be. The more clipping errors are gonna be, the higher budget that animation and rigging will be, because there's so much cleanup post. So I'm basically trying to make my job in optimizing the game res topology to combine different pieces that look like they're supposed to be separate, so the belt's not clipping through. So for instance, like if all these pieces were separate and Talk bends down or moves and everything, then this square is going to push into this pants. This little bolt is going to push into the box. This strap is going to push into the leg. This is so many weight painting issues that we can completely avoid by just combining all these together and having this be the floater piece that's going to be the front, which won't really be too much of an issue, hopefully. And if it is, I'm just going to combine it with pants and we're going to fix that problem. But in the meantime, history, and I'm going to keep this separate. I am going to keep this. So even though this could create some clipping issues, I really don't want baking errors happening between this and this. So this is going to be a separate mesh to get all together. I'm going to combine all these pieces here too. Make all this one. Alright, so all this is one. All this is one. So now I can hide this. I'm gonna go ahead and hide. I'm gonna hide what I've already combined for right now. And I think this was this with this and this, if I remember right. I can go ahead and combine it with, yeah, I'll combine it with this for now. I'm gonna hide that. The history. Alright, I'm gonna add all these different pieces right here. Alright, it's not working. I'm gonna do World X. It doesn't want to. Okay, that's fine. And I'm gonna combine these. Hey, Mama. Tofu. It's my tofu. It's my kitty cat. Hi, Toof. We'll get to the music. Oh, I better drop that, huh? Oh, I will. Force you to my face off. Alright, cool. So, delete history again. Awesome. So now we've combined quite a lot of stuff together now. Let's see what we got now. I might end up doing like one more pass at combinations and stuff like that, but let's see what we got. Alright, so we got the gloves mixed with the shirt, and we got the boots in there. If I mix this skin, maybe I can mix the skin as well. So yeah, I'm gonna find out exactly all those pieces that I want combined together right now. I want all this combined. And these are the only pieces that I'll be separate. Is all the hair pieces will be separate. The goggles will have some separation. The armor piece here, this, and these little pieces, and these little dangly pieces. So they're so far from silhouette. It's like a huge silhouette change, and I don't want to have to like compensate for that in the geometry. So I'm just gonna leave that as their own pieces. All right. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do a hard combine of all this stuff. Let me take a second. I know I've been like kind of going back and forth on what to combine, but I think this is a solid spot to be in now. So I've now interpreted and kind of like worked out all the things that I want together, and all the things I want to kind of be its own thing, and I've managed to mitigate a lot of the issues we'll have in the future. My goodness, it's almost 6. 6 PST anyway. But yeah, this rate we'll have Talk up and running in no time. Especially because I'm like trying to work more on the weekends now. I try to get this done. I need to make his pistol. Here, I'll bring this up. So I need to make his electric pistol. I need to make his, obviously his vehicle and everything. There's a lot I need to do. And then I have a whole grenade bit I need to make as well. Let me figure this out. I know we had a whole prop sheet as well for grenade stuff. Where's it at? Where's it at? Here it is. Whoa, no. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so here is the, if it'll let me drag and drop it. Okay, it's not letting me. So I'm gonna save real quick, and I can bring it into the into this right here. I'm gonna save. Or what if I just copy? Copy image. Yeah. Control V. Check it out. We have our new refined pistol for top. You try to like look at the different front bits, like which front bit would be better for different shots. And I'm pretty sure we established this Tesla one, like Tesla coil looking one, for this kind of like front long laser beam thing. and A is an alternative. That's pretty cool. I do think this is kind of fun, but it looks just a little too goofy to me. And I do like this one too. I think it's kind of fun where it's like a donut looking thing that kind of like could make a blast or multi-fire kind of thing. But I think that these are probably just so clean. I really like these. So, and then the grenades. I actually didn't decide on a grenade yet. See if I can bring it up. If my Discord will let me. Come on, Discord. My Discord's having a panic attack and not functioning. Let me turn off Discord and then try to turn it back on. Like, normal IT issue. Okay, it's just not. But yeah, I have a grenade thing too. But yeah, this is the next step. Is his electric kind of like bolt shot, or not shotgun, but pistol. And then we have the whole vehicle thing, and we've kind of decided on some different elements from the vehicles. I really love this like silhouette here in this cage. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll have a lot of fun with this. But for right now, I'm trying to get this character moving. I love this style. It's so fun. Truth Blue's dope. It's a really dope art too. Yeah, it's taking a little longer than I thought. I probably should have just done one at a time, like merge like one to one, one to one to one to one. But I merged everything together like a silly guy. This might be a minute. I wish my Discord was functioning though. It kind of sucks. Like I was able to get that big picture of the pistol out, but then it wouldn't let me like tab out of it or like exit out of it to grab the other picture. And I have no idea why. Bring this over here. Okay, well, I wonder if my GPU is just kind of maxed out at the moment. I probably can find out in Task Manager. But I think I think I need a call for the night anyway. I have some plans for tonight, this evening, but I should either be on tomorrow for stream, or I should be able to post that really cool that new development with Malboy's voice actress. Such an awesome job. I'll try to get the highlights for you guys. Thanks again for popping in, Cheryl Berlini. Really appreciate you, and everyone else. Thank you so much for popping in as well. And hopefully this thing will actually be finished by the time I stream next, and it'll actually be combined. Combined? Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. All right. This has been Daniel, and I'll see y'all later.